Listen to the advice of few. Look at the fruit of another man's life and determine whether or not you want the same in yours. Do they have a fatty bank account, but their spouse is miserable and their kids hate them? Do they have a successful business, but their employees would gladly trade a day of work for paper cuts between their fingers? Do they have the laptop lifestyle and the perfect Instagram? But if you actually got to know them, you'd find that they're simply running from their past, trying to impress people who don't even care, and attempting to find something that will give their life meaning and purpose. Run everything you do through your unique filters. Your filters for the kind of life that you want to live. What's the emotional texture that you want to experience on a day-to-day basis? What results do you want to get? Here's what it comes down to for me. If you don't value and respect what I have to say because it doesn't align with what you want, how you want to do it, where you want to go, then stop. Stop reading my emails. Stop watching my videos. Don't buy any of my programs. Don't join my mastermind. Don't even consider booking an office day. And most importantly, stop wasting your time. You cannot get your time back. You've likely heard the saying, you are what you eat. The same goes for your mind. Be very aware of your mind's diet. What you watch, what you listen to, what you read, the people you hang out with, the situations and environments you place yourself in, all of it matters. Every piece of it matters. You know how I can tell what your brain consumes? It's a pretty easy test. But as soon as I share it with you, it's really hard to unsee. The book of Proverbs, it says, from the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. What comes out of your mouth is a reflection of what you have consumed. Once I determined where I wanted to go and how I wanted to do it, I cut everything else out of my life that wasn't serving that mission. I got back a lot of time. I got back a ton of bandwidth to focus on building the life that I wanted to build, that me and my wife wanted to build together. When I was 18 years old, I asked my core group of friends a hard question. I'll give them credit. It was a hard question. But I asked them, what can I do differently? How can I live differently? What can I change in my life to be a better man, to grow as a human being? What can I do? They knew me better than pretty much anybody else in my life at the time. Most of them had nothing to say. But there's one piece of advice that sticks out that I can remember to this day very clearly. I was told that I do not play Halo seriously enough. I do not take playing video games seriously enough. This advice was a huge reality check for me on the type of people that I was surrounding myself with. I was surrounded by people that could not, would not, that did not give me any advice when I was at my most vulnerable spot. I was ready for anything. I was nervous to ask them. And what I got back was that I don't play video games seriously enough. This was a line in the sand for me. This was a moment in time that I never wanted to experience again. And so I started separating. I started separating from my friends, and I started cutting things out of my life that were not serving me. I didn't know where I was going yet, but I knew I wasn't going to be in the same place that I was. So a couple years later, I was riding in a truck with 3 of my dad's friends, and I decided to be vulnerable once again. I wanted to upgrade. They were probably, 40-ish years old. And I wanted to ask them, how do I avoid some of the pain that you have experienced in your adult life? I thought it was a pretty easy question. There was divorce, there was loss, there was alcohol, there was things in their life that I knew, that they knew that I knew. And they were somewhat on the other end of those things. I asked for their advice. I got back, again, nothing. Nothingness. It further solidified for me to keep cutting out of my life all the things that weren't serving me. I was sad, but it did it. I wanted better for me. I wanted a better life. I wanted better. And I want better for you. The intention of this channel is to be as useful as possible. I want to help you build a business that is worth owning. A life of actual fulfillment. A life and a business that impacts your employees. It impacts your friends and your family and your community. Yes, even your community. 5 years ago, I set out to create a business mastermind that would positively impact the way that business was done in Bozeman, Montana. It was a big goal and kind of got laughed at a couple different times telling people about it. That's okay, because I knew what was possible. Currently, we have over 150 business owners as members of this mastermind. 150 amazing human beings. The amount of impact that we've made in Bozeman is incredible. I'll share some of the stories, some of the lessons, the frameworks, the teachings, the nuggets. I'm going to share them all with you. I want to officially welcome you to Nick's Nuggets. This is my attempt to share life-changing nuggets of wisdom, things that I have acquired, wisdom that I have acquired over the years with you on this whole social media, internet thing. I want to share the wisdom that has helped hundreds of business owners just like you. Wisdom that has helped them build the most amazing in-person community I've ever been a part of. I want to read to you a part of an application that I received yesterday from somebody who applied to join the mastermind. As a business owner and solopreneur, I've learned that facing the myriad of challenges and opportunities is difficult, and facing them alone is even more so. My network here in Bozeman has been one of the greatest resources, and although having coffee with other owners is invaluable, I'm interested in a more formalized and regular exchange of ideas. Talking with others who face similar challenges is enlightening. Learning from others' expertise and experience and offering my own has kept me from operating in a vacuum. I am thoroughly impressed with the business community that we have here in Bozeman, and I want to become a bigger part of that shared community. I get emails like this weekly. I have people wanting to join a community to be a part of something bigger than themselves. So if you want to join me on this journey of me trying to figure out social media, of how to share this all with you and share useful business stuff with you, then I'm going to have to do the YouTube thing, subscribe to this channel. Subscribe, follow along. But what's probably more important than subscribing is signing up for the weekly email nugget. I'm going to send you a nugget of wisdom weekly to your inbox. And I've been doing this for a few years now. It's pretty powerful. I'm excited for what lies ahead, for who you're going to be in a year's time, in 2 years' time. The reason I know what it's going to be like for you, the reason I know what your business could look like, what your life could look like, is because people that stick around, people that are part of my world, they don't stay the same. They live life differently. They have different businesses. They get different results. I've seen it play out time and time and time again. All right, let's do this. You got this.